Hey, this is Joey Sigurdsson, founder of Crankwheel, welcoming you all to the first in a series of podcasts where we interview Crankwheel users about their business and about how they use screen sharing. Today we have with us Gordon Fletcher, principal consultant for engineering and mobile technology from Compumagick Associates. Welcome, Gordon.
Thank you, Joey. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I think we're speaking actually between time zones here. Whereabouts in the world are you right now?
I'm in the United States, Central Time Zone.
Very good. And I'm over here in Iceland, so it's a little bit later in the day for me than for you, but a very pleasant way to end the day. And thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you once more for having me.
Now, Gordon, on your website, it says that Compumagick provides customized, complete digital and mobile marketing. Would you mind telling me a bit more about what that means to you?
Yeah, basically with digital mobile marketing, we help our clients do a lot of Facebook ads, as well as Google ads on the Google platform. That's Google AdWords. And also, as part of digital marketing, we also do what is called digital assets management or digital presence management, where we take a look at all the digital footprints you have all over the internet, be it social media, on your website, through your email marketing campaigns, and we'll try to see that information that you have about your business, say your phone number, your physical location, the URL to your site. Sometimes, like if you take some of the assets that you may have, like you may have information on, say, on Google places, but that information about your business, the name of your business, phone number, and your location, if you go to Yelp, it will be different.
I see.
Sometimes you have changed your phone number, but you forgot to update it in one of these places, either on Google or Yelp or Yellow Pages. There are a number of these places. Some of them are directories, others are also search engines, but they are as prominent as Bing, Yahoo, and Google. But they all, if you take them as an aggregate, they all affect the way your data appears to your user, because you have no control as to what the data that your user is going to see about you. So it's better to have a plan in place to be able to make sure that all these digital assets that you have is accurate and timely.
I see. And so you help your customers create a plan like that and maybe execute on the plan as well?
That is correct.
Very cool. I noticed also on your website, and I think you had actually told me about this before, where you have like a call to action that is like a free Facebook ad audit report. Is that
That is correct.
Is that one of the ways you're attracting getting leads from your website?
That is correct. Basically, the way the instant audit works is people are running Facebook ads, but they are so consumed by, cost per click, cost per lead. It goes way beyond that, because usually the data that you get in your Facebook ad manager is up to about 28 days. But as an advertiser, you have to look beyond that, beyond say 30, 60 days, and say 90 days, because the advantage of looking at that timeline is you're able to then do what is called retargeting, because when somebody clicks on your ad, a pixel, they get pixeled. So then you can then go back and say who clicked on your ads and where did they come from? I mean, so by doing that, you'll be able to say, oh, who they are, how they are reacting, and what you know about them. So once you know that, your landing pages and all the subsequent messaging that goes on after that should all be in sync. That is, in a way, your messaging and everything you do after that should react to the way the visitor behaved or react to the ad. That way, when that happens, it creates a very personalized experience for the user. In that way, you're not talking to, if you talk to everybody, you're not talking to anybody.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you need to get specific.
Exactly. Very, very specific.
Now, so this is one of the ways you get leads to interact on your website and leave their contact info. But how about just getting people to your site or getting them to know about your company? What methods are you using to drive that kind of traffic?
Yeah, we know what we do is we do a lot of we write a lot of blog articles related to the industry the industries that we serve. So, and then we also have a software where any blog article that we write, we are able to turn it into a drip campaign. And that drip campaign has 367 days of the year. So every day, the drip campaign takes a little bit of the blog article and just sends it out to Twitter, to Facebook, to Google Places, and all their campaigns that we have going. So basically, we write one blog article, and it can sort of run on its own for the next 1 year.
I see. That's very interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, like another way the Facebook instant audit works is when somebody comes in, we try to pre-qualify them. One, for us to be able to do the instant audit, they would have had to have about 50 clicks on that ad within the last 30 days, because that sort of establishes the threshold. If they've had 50 clicks on an ad that they've been running on Facebook, then they just say, send me a report. Once they hit send me a report, we generate a report and we tell them how their ads are performing. They are the best 5 ads in their campaign, as well as the worst 5 ads. So in a way, we take a snapshot of the best 10, of the best 5, and the worst 5. That gives you an immediate idea of what is working and what is not working, because we are able to just go in and we're able to pull all the data and tell you, your ROI in an instant. So once people see it, they say, wow, if you can do this within a short second, in a few seconds or less than a minute, I would like to talk further. Then what they can do is, on our website, they'll be able to make a 15-minute call where we go through in detail over the reports that was generated for them on that instant basis.
Right.
More into detail with them. So then some will say, okay, fine. Then we'd like you to do more in-depth audit of our site or of our campaign, so that we'll be able to, get more money for the ones that we're spending on Facebook ads.
Very cool. And these phone calls where you're reviewing their reports and everything. How do you do those? Do you use the good old phone, or what do you use?
When we're doing that, basically, when we're doing that, we have they have like we use what is called book.me instead of Canary. So you're able to book 15 minutes, and then once we get on then that's when we use Crankwheel.
Okay.
Because then we open up the report using Crankwheel. So then we say, okay, this is where your money, this is how much you're spending, and this is how much your ROIs, and we also ask them how in your estimation, what do you think is your the lifetime value of a client to you or a customer to you? Because that is a very important indicator. No, a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to put $1 and I want to get $2 in return." You could, but it's not that simple. It's not that clear cut. Because if you go with that mindset, then you'll be consumed with things like cost per click, cost per lead, and all those minor stuff. At the end of the day, they don't help you. What you should look at is your ROI and the long-term value of a customer or client, depending on how you call that person in your business. So once we do that, then we use Crankwheel, and we go over the report, and they see everything. I mean, figures, numbers don't lie. So once they see the figures, they see how much they're spending, and they see that their ROI is not where it needs to be. They'll say, okay, then we can come in and help you with your ROI. And so once they become a client, depending on the package that they are on, we could have a weekly call with them. A call every 2 weeks or a call once a month, depending on the price. So on that call, again, we use Crankwheel, because then before that would have, and we use Crankwheel, go with them, and usually they see where things are, and they say, let's run the ads. But if during that meeting using Crankwheel, they will see that certain ads are not performing. Then what we do is we just turn them off completely, because we, based on our reporting, we're able to see what is really working and what's not, so that the client does not lose money.
Exactly. So it sounds like you have in your sales process a very sort of consultative sales process, where you are preparing a report for your prospective client and going through it with the aid of Crankwheel, being able to show it to them visually. And it sounds like maybe you also have something like a calculator in there showing what their investment in ROI is right now, and then you go through the calculator showing it through Crankwheel. If we improve this that much, then your bottom line revenue or ROI is going to improve that much. Is that kind of how you're using it?
Yes, so. I actually sometimes some people get referred to us. They get referred to us, or they read about us and they send us an email. So such people, they may not be running Facebook ads at all. So they come and we'll tell them, are you running any Facebook ads at all? They'll say, okay, we're doing Google AdWords. They'll say, well, you know what? To be able to really get your paid ads going, you can use Facebook advertising or Facebook ads as a short-term measure in order even to boost your Google AdWords, because Google AdWords, it could take anywhere between 90 days to about 6 months to see results. Because there are a lot of factors like links and on-site factors and offside factors. There are a lot of things that are not within your control when it comes to Google AdWords. So we tell them you can use Facebook immediately. So how much budget are you willing to spend, say, for the next 30 days or the next 60 days? They mention it, then we put it in the calculator and everything, it does all the calculation.
Mm-hmm.
They see if they put in this much, how much they are going to get in return. So like you said, the calculator and the use of the instant ad audit, I mean, it provides them with numbers, and once you have the numbers, I mean, it's not like, it's whether you want to do it or not. Whether you want to just save and grow your business or you don't. I mean, it becomes like a binary choice.
Exactly. I really like. Well, I guess we're very like-minded on this, because your Facebook ad audit report is, instant, basically, and obviously in Crankwheel we have this lead capture process that we call instant demos, where you can go straight to a screen share and a phone call. And I see that you're actually using this on your front page on your website. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience using that?
Oh, yes. What happens is, I mean, especially those who get referred to us, who don't go through the audit, they get referred to us, and sometimes they go on the website and they just the meeting.is.compumagick. Then they get so we get noticed, and so you want to see a demo, and they are shocked that you could do a demo right within, I mean, just literally within minutes, like a minute or two. You want to do a demo, and nobody has refused. We said, you heard us, who could, I mean, give you a demo using our calculator and everything. And, I mean, they are shocked, because usually people will have to, you have to book time, and we'll have to schedule, and all. I mean, that's the way others do it. So when you say you're going to do an instant demo with them, and also you have the ability to be able to show them using a browser tab, a window, or a full screen. I mean.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that's been positively received. We find the same thing, that people are pleasantly surprised that you can do it right away, and then it's a smooth process and an easier sale when you can catch them right at the moment when they're interested. Now, Gordon, you've been a Crankwheel user for quite a long time, if I recall. Do you remember how you initially discovered Crankwheel?
There's an engineer friend of mine in Texas. He was like, did you guys start with like invite users when you were rolling out? Did you do something like that?
Oh, you mean like an invite only beta or something? No, we didn't do that. No, not really.
Yeah, because he said, there's this new software for doing demos, and somebody in Texas, in Austin, said they're going to have it on AppSumo.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. I mean, we have an account with AppSumo, so when it comes up, I'll look for it. So I mean, not about, maybe about a month or two. Then I just had an email from AppSumo that Crankwheel was on AppSumo.
Mm-hmm.
So right away we got it and then activated it and started working, because we saw the value that we're going to get from Crankwheel. Like I said, we were using Zoom.us for most of our demos, and sometimes with Zoom.us, what happens is sometimes the viewer install the app on their computer before we could do a demo, and that sort of it's always not a very pleasant experience But once we got Crankwheel, we realized we wouldn't have to, the viewer or the one who is we're going to be sharing the demo with or doing the demo for, didn't have to install anything. I mean, that was like, we were blown away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Zoom is a very good tool, but it doesn't quite, you don't quite get that, instant ability to show somebody something. You need to first get them to install and everything. Great, yeah. Now that you've been using Crankwheel for a while, are there any feature requests or thoughts on where we should be going that are top of mind for you?
Yes, the first one is going to be the chat, the ability for you to be able to chat with the viewer or the viewers. Mm-hmm. So if you could have like a little window to the right of the screen, and you could chat with the viewer, I mean, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. So I mean, what if you get that one going? That would really big deal. To really be a big deal.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. We have seen that need sometimes. We try to cover it with you can tell the viewer that they entered their phone number incorrectly or something like that, but there's no free format chat. So we do see that need, and it's something I think would be useful to add. Yeah, very good. Okay, well, Gordon, you have potentially quite a large audience listening, because we have around 9,000 people on the Crankwheel mailing list. So now that we sort of are coming to the end of our chat, is there anything you'd like to leave everyone with, a word of wisdom or a call to action? Obviously, there will be a link to your website published along with the podcast if folks want to explore that. But anything you wanna end with?
Yeah, what I can say is, I mean, Crankwheel is the new kid on the block, and if there are those on the mailing list who have any hesitation jumping on board, I said don't hesitate, just jump in, because I see the potential. I see a lot of potential, and like I said, we use Zoom.us, we use GoToWebinar and all those listen, but so far we've had to cancel most of those subscriptions. We're now using how do you call it, only Crankwheel. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people listening, maybe developers, business owners, or things like that. What I can say is, know your customer, know what they need, listen to them, and just don't assume that you know what they need. Ask them, and once you ask them, and they tell you, repeat it, I mean, to them, mm-hmm. to get their approval. Once you do that, then they're going to say, hey, that person gets, he understands pain. I want to work with that person. But always do that, build a relationship before you try and make a pitch. Because once you try and know them, the pitch or trying to sell them something should be very smooth, mm-hmm. because you have already built a relationship with them, and you know who they are, how they react, and what you know about them helps you create a very unique and personalized experience for them. You do this and you never go wrong. The sales will roll in because you're going to have a tribe. You're going to have a tribe following your product, your service, or whatever you do. So please, it's all about the customers, the clients, or whatever you call them. It's not about us. Mm-hmm. We are just we are just, I would say, we are servants. They are the bosses. If we treat them right, they will be around for a long time. And once they are around, they benefit, you benefit. That's what I'm going to leave with those on the podcast.
That's I couldn't agree more, Gordon, and thank you for those words of wisdom, and of course for the kind words about Crankwheel.
I mean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I truly appreciate you joining me for this very first Crankwheel podcast. It's been great speaking with you and getting insight into your business at Compumagick Associates and your recommendations for how to treat your customers as the people that they are and approach them as such. I think that's great, and I just want to thank you very much, Gordon, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for having me. And to everybody on the call, I say thank you. And if you need anything, from me, just reach out, Compumagickassociates.com or Gordon at Compumagickassociates.com, and we can take it from there. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.